first at noon, all eyes on the election as we're less than 24 hours away from the polls opening across the nation.
We have team coverage to start News 8 at noon for you today. Let's get right over to political reporter Rick Albin. He has a preview of what's going to be a historic election.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. It is going to be historic, and the thing I'll be watching is the path to 270 electoral votes. After all, that's what will decide this race. We already know that there are some states leaning very heavily for the Biden-Harris ticket, others leaning very heavily for the Trump-Pence ticket, but it's the ones that aren't leaning, those are the ones where this race is going to be decided. According to Real Clear Politics right now, Joe Biden is estimated to have some 217 electoral votes, so he only needs 53 more to get to 270. Donald Trump at 126 needs considerably more, obviously, to get to that. And so what is the path? Well, for Biden, it's all over the map. It could be Florida and Pennsylvania and Michigan, or it could be just these upper Midwest states. Trump could win everything in the South. Biden could potentially still pull it out with these up there. But let's take a look what it looks like if you actually do start changing some of these states over to Biden. So and let's take Ohio out of the mix for just now. If you give the Biden-Harris team just those 4 states that I clicked on, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, he gets to 273, and that's race over. On the other hand, if you're going to try to get a path for Donald Trump, he's got to win everything in the South, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and then he has to go north. And he still has to get 50 of these votes up here. So Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, one of those combinations to get to 270, which is why he has been in our state so much and why he continues to campaign even today. Tom?
All right, thanks, Rick. Our team coverage continues with Heather Walker. She's live in Grand Rapids, where once again there are huge early voting lines. Heather, walk us through what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, so absentee voting happening right now. We are in the parking garage of the City Hall for Grand Rapids, and take a look behind me. This is where the line ends for voting. This line going all the way, I'm going to try to give you a kind of look at this line, but it goes all the way down here and around. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines deep of people waiting, and this wait right now taking about 45 minutes to an hour for people to vote. And you can see people have brought out their families here, their kids, everyone waiting in line to place that vote before tomorrow. Now, the entire process, we're being told from people coming out, is taking about an hour and a half today, from when you get in line to when you then place your vote and are on your way. This is for absentee voting, so people that have yet to get their ballots, and then they'll place their ballots today. No ballots are leaving today. If you come down here for absentee voting, you have to vote today, and you have until 4 p.m. today to vote absentee. Now, you can still, of course, register to vote and then hit the polls tomorrow, but if you're in line here today, we're told that they will let you vote until about 5 o'clock today. This is, again, downtown at Grand Rapids City Hall, where people are waiting in line to place their vote, waiting about an hour and a half for this process to go through and vote for the 2020 election. We're going to stay down here, keep an eye on things. We'll let you know and keep you posted on woodtv.com. Reporting live in Grand Rapids, Heather Walker, News 8.
Heather, thank you. While people are lined up to vote in Grand Rapids, there's a lot of activity happening inside, where the city is already getting ready to process all those early votes. News 8's Lindsay McComal is live inside DeVos Place, where that's starting to take place. So, Lindsay, show us what's happening.
Emily, yeah, that's right. We're basically just across the street inside DeVos Place from where Heather is right now. And this exhibit hall has become somewhat of a makeshift pre-processing office for the Grand Rapids clerk. Take a look at the activity that's going on behind me. Now, this is now hour 2 of 10 hours that municipalities can use today to pre-process absentee ballots, as long as there's at least 25,000 people living in that jurisdiction, meaning they can remove them from that outer envelope and do some of the additional security checks, like cross-checking the stub number with the assigned one to the voter. State data shows in Grand Rapids alone, close to 53,000 absentee ballots were returned in time to be part of these pre-processing checks today. Now, I want to bring up the latest data that we're getting from the state this morning as well. These numbers coming in just the last few hours from the Secretary of State. More than 2.9 million Michiganders have now returned their absentee ballot, and the requests are now above 3.4 million. So still lots of people expected to, or at least had put an interest for voting absentee and can be returning those up through tomorrow night when the polls close. And also this afternoon, we do expect to receive an update from Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson on how the pre-processing is going statewide. This is the first time that election workers have these 10 hours. Hopefully it will help offset the delays that we could see in getting those results, just given the amount of interest in absentee voting. So we'll listen into that at 2 o'clock this afternoon when she's expected to give that update. We'll also be in touch with clerks throughout the day in West Michigan. Reporting live inside DeVos Place, Lindsay McComal, News 8.
All right, a busy day and a busy place. Lindsay, thank you.